time for the Mastertronic tour. Roll around. And that's an invitation. Well, it's not really a tour, is it? Unless you're including my past or all my Mastertronic videos put together. It's just a look at another 5 Mastertronic ZX Spectrum games. Got a couple of really good ones this week, which are Rollaround, which is obviously the pun on the Beatles song. Rockman, really nice game. We've got a few others which are all okay. Fighting Warrior, Psycho Hopper, which is a really classic sort of quirky, which I like, Mastertronic game. Not the best game, but just one of those out there games. And Gemini Wing, which is a shoot 'em up. So that's what we're going to do today. Usual thing, if you've seen my videos before, I'll show some game capture footage where I'm playing the game and have a little chat about it. And then after that, you'll see me briefly. And then what I normally do is I pick a bit of music from one of the games. Now, ZX Spectrum obviously wasn't known for having brilliant music. Some of the 128k stuff was pretty good, but these are all 48k. But what we're going to do, we're going to listen to, I think it was Rollaround music. It wasn't too bad. It was actually pretty good for 48k. We'll have a little look or a little listen at Rockman music because that's really traditional sort of 48k Spectrum music. So we'll have a little look at that. And while the music's playing, I always show the artwork from the Mastertronic games because the artwork, as I've said many times on the Mastertronic covers, was really excellent. So one last thing before I crack on to that is that I wanted just to mention that often these Spectrum games, I mentioned it when I played them as a kid, some of them I would give only a couple of minutes or maybe 5 minutes and thought, what the hell am I doing here? And I look back and think, God, what a twit really, because a lot of the games, and there's a couple here, especially Rollaround, where you had to really sort of persist in finding out what you were doing. And I sort of look back, as I said, a little bit regretful that I didn't. So, and the reason I mention it is I've seen a couple of, only a couple actually, comments on some of the Spectrum sites. There are people who've bought the Spectrum Retro and stuff, and they've had it for a while. And they said, oh, it's not the same and all that. And they've played games and said, I don't get it again. And I think the reason is if you just happen to stumble across this video, for example, and you thought, oh, I'm going to get Spectrum, you must battle through that first sort of period when you first get something like ZX Spectrum, if you haven't had one for all them years, because it comes back to you, God, some of these games I don't know what I'm doing. So this is why YouTube is good now, because many people do walkthroughs. I personally don't do walkthroughs. Many people do walkthroughs on ZX Spectrum. You get a lot of help, and I think the reason I'm saying it is a lot of the games are actually really good once you pass through that barrier, once you break through that wall of not knowing what to do. The games offer so much. The writers were doing really good stuff with all they had back then. 48k, unbelievable. But anyway, I'm waffling again, as I sometimes do. I'll see you in the middle after the 5 games and before the music and the artwork, etc. But let's get cracking. Let's have a look at Rollaround. And do you know what I wanted to say briefly, a bit more waffling, is I really like this game. Isometric, excellent. And if you've got any recommendations for isometric games, 3D isometrics on the ZX Spectrum, let me know. I might have covered a few over the past on some of my videos, but if anything, comes to mind, let me know. And as always, any comments are welcome. If I get any of my facts wrong, always welcome to be pulled up and the right information, put it in a comment, and comments in general on Mastertronic or ZX Spectrum. So let's crack on. Let's take a look at Rollaround. Right, so this is Rollaround. Really nice little 3D isometrical game, actually. It's one of those games where I think, like I said in the introduction, some games as a kid I didn't give enough time, and this is the sort of game I definitely wouldn't have given enough time. But I persisted and had a little look around YouTube to find out what you actually have to do, and it's really quite a nice, addictive game, runs quite smoothly. So let's crack on. We'll start the game. So this is the first level. And what's quite nice about this level is that sort of baddie or the alien there, he doesn't move from that little area he's moving in. And this is a good screen I've worked out to practice. This is one of those games where, when you have certain games where you're moving an object or a ball and you have to get the jump right. And on this particular one, you press the button, then left and right to jump left and right. And also you have to get used to the sort of 3D isometrical effect. Now, my gut feeling at first was to press right again to go across, if you like, but this is obviously not true. You press up. Sounds really simple, but when you're sort of playing, sometimes it's easy to lose sight of that. So when I first loaded the game, I did a bit of practice moving around in here because it becomes important later in the game. So we'll clear this screen, and I think I started to work out your little scoreboards at the top. You can see the shapes. There's a a shape that's akin to the room we're in, the sort of little square. Then you've got triangles, like a rectangular thing. I think you just have to get the right amount, I think. So I need 12 of these, and it looks like there's 12 of these in the room. And this is something I certainly wouldn't have understood back in the day. So I've done that. It's level 1. And you get this sort of, was it Celebrity Squares? I don't know, where you pressed... not Celebrity Squares. Oh, what game show was it where you did that and you pressed the button to stop the thing to get a bonus? So level 2. And, all right. So how many equals do I need? So I need 52 equals. And I think if you go into this room, you can go into this square here, and then you get many of them. So I need, as you can see, top right hand, it's going down. It's on 42 at the moment. Down to 39. Now, I've only just realised this. But it makes it a really, really interesting game. So if you've played it, let me know. Because I've looked about on YouTube and I've seen a few people that are messing about with it. And I don't blame them not knowing exactly what to do. Because I don't really know exactly what I'm doing. But, oh, I need 2 more. So I'm getting it now. So... right, I don't need any more of those. So I will move out of this room now. So we'll move on. So I need 7 of those. Right, 7 of those circle things. 8 of those, well, sort of circle things again. But we'll go down here. Now I think there's a room up here. I'm very bad at now knowing where I'm going with these sort of map type things. But this is an interesting room as well. You have to get over to that. That's it. So how many squares do I need? I need 6 of these. 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's it. I've got all of those. Now I need 8 of those. And I think that is 8 if my eyes don't deceive me. And I need how many of these? 3. So yeah, I've got all of those. This room's going to work out nicely, obviously, for me. And I think the way to do this is to use the other platform and jump over to it. It gets a bit tricky when you boil down to just 2 or 3. You have to be really quite... oh, I just made that. So I'm needing 1 more of these. If you look at my... there we go. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those pothole type things. And that's exactly what I need. So we'll try and get those. So it took me a while to get some understanding of this game. But now I have. I'm really, really enjoying it. So I think the best way is to drag the alien up there now. Get over. Oh my God. I thought I could just nick him to. So I've got to do it all again, which is fair enough. Right. On we go down. So yeah, really, I've been enjoying this game. Oh God, what did I do there? Press the wrong button, I think. Oh God, I've totally lost it. Right. Let's see if we can do this. Because I like to get to level 3, which I've done once or twice. So I'm going to try and concentrate for a minute. A lot of these type games are purely concentration. If you lose concentration, you've had it. Right, so I'm going to drag. Wait till he goes right at the top there. Over there. Okay. And we'll drag him over again. And I think if I can get this one. Now I can drag him all the way up there. Oh God, I missed that one. I jumped over it instead of rolling over it. Oh. So come on, I don't know how many lives I've got left. I'm trying to look at the screen, but it's, you can't really look at your scoreboard when you're doing this bit. Oh. So I'm going to pull him right up there. Oh, blimmin' tricky. Right, let's try this again. I'll get down the bottom here. I've made that mistake before of jumping instead of rolling, so I'm going to try and get it right this time. Right, get him up there. Oh no, he caught me! Right. Over we go. Now, come on. Right. Oh, I sort of lost it for a moment there. Let's drag him right over there. Right. Again, we'll get him over there. Now, I need to get this bit right. Hold my concentration together. Oh, come on. Now, do I try? No, he didn't go up the top there. Let's get him. I'm going to try it this time. Get it over there. Yes! So we made it. So let's look at the top now. Now, what are those things I need? Is that 4 lives in the middle? Oh, plus 10 points. Oh, big deal. So let's go up here. So, now, let's roll over there. Now, how many triangles do I need? So 0 triangles. So I think if I fall into those triangles again, get another triangle, the floor falls away and you die. So how many circles do I need? So I need 1 more of those. I think that's what. So what do I need now? I need the equals sign. I need 63 of those. So this could be all good. Now this alien, I've been on this screen before, is quite a sneaky little sod. Now how many do I need? I think it's probably going to help me, and I'm going to need all of these. God, how many? 13. So how many do I need now? 5. So there's 5 left. So basically, right, so now I need 3 of the squares. Now, was it here? Oh no! Oh, well done! That's excellent. I've never got to level 4. Plus 100 points. I've never been here. Oh my days, what am I supposed to do here? Oh, right. So he was gobbling up the floor. Right, so... Oh, no, so no, there's no going down there. Right, hang on a minute. So how many squares do I need? I need 46 squares. Oh my days. So we'll roll around here. Now what's that stuff in the middle there? That's really interesting. But we'll go... No! That was just a mistake on the joypad. Or controller, if you want to call it. No, he's being... No, let's go up here. Let's get... Oh! I've got them both. Now, 16 I need. Oh! Oh no! Still going, still more lives. Let's try. So I must admit, really, really playable. Really is a playable game. Now I have to nip over here. It's quite nice if you can get them both. Now. Oh dear. Now let's go over here. Up. Across. Down. Ah. So how many of those do I need now? 8. So let's go down here. Oh my days. You're having a laugh. That looks like game over. Oh. But you know what? Really, really nice little game. That is my best score. 4,490 rather. Got to put the old name in. There you go. So that's Rollaround. Really, really an enjoyable little game. As I say, one of those games, as a kid I wouldn't have known what the hell I was doing, but really nice once you do. Rollaround, what a lovely 3D isometric game. That's a 1988 release. I think it was direct to Mastertronic. I have had a couple of comments in the past mentioning that some of the games I've talked about on my Mastertronic videos weren't initially Mastertronic, and I totally get that and I understand that. But I think to me, on my videos anyway, if a game eventually comes out on the Mastertronic, I will talk about it, because some of them are just such great games and it's an excuse to talk about them, really. So yeah, that was Rollaround. Now we're on to Rockman, and this game is why I love comments. Somebody mentioned this game in one of my Mastertronic videos in the comment section, and I thought, yeah, I'll take a look and pick it up, and I'm really glad they did, because this is a really, really thoughtful and strategic little platformer. 1985 release, I think. So yeah, let's take a look at Rockman. Right, so this is Rockman, lovely little strategic platformer. Let's go straight into it and let's press number 6. I don't have an input code. So the idea is, sorry if you get a bit of feedback, I can turn my TV down, but I can't turn the spectrum down. But the idea is to get the mushrooms. You can walk up these little red sort of areas, and you can dig here and there and push blocks, as you can see. But I have spent a lot of time working out how to get around this first level. Now the alien, or the sort of baddie faces, or the ecstasy faces, you know, from the 90s. Rave scene and all that, but you can move certain blocks if there's a space left or right of you, and you can dig them down if there's space below it. And what I've learned is you drag these sort of faces around. So I want to go to the left, he'll stay underneath me there, so I drag him to the right and then I run left. If you touch those skeleton faces, the skulls rather, you die as well. So there you go, that's first screen done. And you get the gist of it, but it gets really, really tough. It gets really tough. And I've spent, hang on a minute, I've got to concentrate. Spent quite a lot of time getting to learn these first 2 or 3 screens. Oh, I needed to get that one. You can move above into the red border here. So I'm making good work of this one. Get out. So, oh no, God, why did I do that? Obviously, you've got to start again. So we'll come along again. I have done this screen, so hopefully I should get past this one. And it's just a matter of sort of learning the patterns, as I say. You have to start putting really a lot of thought into it. Come on, up you go. Now, I think I've done this one. Just got to be quick. No. Oh, no! Oh, God, frustrating. Right, no one talks about frustration. Go on. That's a Smith song, or Morrissey song, if you don't know. Come on, no. I've messed up here a bit already. No, come on. So I'll run over here and get these while they're occupied up there. No, I've got caught again there. I am tired, I must admit, but that was just stupid. No, God, that one moves really quickly. Come on, I have to do this because I know I can do this. I've done this one. Right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go up here and do this one now. Now, hang on a minute. I need to drag him out of there. I don't want him down there. So where that face is, I have to go, obviously. So I'm wanting to draw him out without getting stuck myself. Why isn't he moving, you little sod? Now, you can't jump up. That would be easy, wouldn't it? But he will not go away from there. Come on. Now that's good, because there's a blue block on the way. I'm just waiting for this one. No, you little sod. Go up there and go up further upwards. Up you go, come on. Oh no. He's gone right down again. God, that is evil. Come on. Out you come. God, that is really harsh. That is really harsh. He's not moving no matter where I'm going. Maybe if I go down here. No, he's staying there. Now that might draw him out, but where am I going to go now? Come on, out of there. Oh, for God's sake. That was really harsh. They've never been that cruel to me on this level. Now that was stupid. That could be very stupid. Please leave me alone. Right, let's run along the top here. No. Now, can I get down to this one? No! So I can't get that. You can't press up and get it. So I'm going to try and draw them over. If he comes over, I can run for it. There we go. Thankfully, after a bit of a mess up on that screen. I have done that screen many times. So let's crack on. Now this one took me quite a long time to learn. You push this block. If you land on the skulls, you also die. And I've learned this pattern. You come down here. I don't know whether there's more than one way of doing a screen, but it does get tricky to work your way around. I've worked out this screen just about. So you come along here, you push this block into that gap, and then round onto this one, up the top, push this one. Now this was getting me earlier today, this morning, because I want to get these two mushrooms, as you can see, but that face there is really, really blocking the way. So because they follow you left and right, you have to wait till he goes down a bit and then you move right. Like, no, that didn't work. So he's following me and I want him to go beneath that ridge, if you like. No. So I want him to go below. Oh, come on. No, he nearly did it. No, he's gone along the top. So I'm just waiting for him. Come on, down you go. No, he's gone upwards again. He does go down eventually. I'm just trying to preempt when he's going to go downwards. No. Oh, you little sod. Oh, no. Come on. No, no way. Down you go, please. Oh, no. Come down across. Oh, you honest to God. No, he won't go down. Often he goes down underneath that ridge. There you go. Now, I want him to go right over beneath. When he moves to the bottom, I can make a run for it. Yes! You see the point of me trying to drag him over. Now, this level I haven't complete. I haven't got my head round this one yet. You have to drop down. Oh, God, I wasn't concentrating. I'm going to stop that noise if I can. But that last screen, you have to go along the top and drop down all the way to the bottom. And there's only two ways of doing it. So if you play this game yourself, you'll know. But yeah, this game, Rockman, lovely little strategic game. The programmers have put obviously a lot of thought into this game, so I was really, really happy to find out about this game. Yeah, excellent, Rockman.
So
really
that was
good.
Rockman, as I say, really, really nice game. Frustrating and tough at times, but you could tell the programmers really, really put some thought into the way you had to get around the screen, and I thought it was a terrific little game. Now on to the next one, Fighting Warrior. Now, I think this is one of the ones that wasn't initially put out there on Mastertronic. I think it might have been Melbourne House, but I'm happy to be put right if that's not the case. But yeah, this is a sort of game. It looks a little bit like Barbarian. I mentioned that when I'm playing the game and talking through, but let's have a look at Fighting Warrior.
Right, this is Fighting Warrior. As you can see, there's quite a nice graphic. I quite liked that dragon type creature. You do come across him if you get far enough into the game, but it's like Barbarian in the way your character looks. It's nowhere near as good as the game Barbarian. I used to really enjoy Barbarian.
because it was quite nice to play, and you could actually finish Barbarian quite easily. You remember that bit where the sort of baddie at the end of Barbarian be chucking those throwing star things at him, and if you just timed your swirl around with your sword, you could chop his head off and win, which is quite good fun on Barbarian. But yeah, let's just crack on. I mentioned that because the way your character looks reminded me of Barbarian. Now, it's one of those where you have to sort of get into a pattern. I was swinging at his head. I made some contact. So basically, oh, you got to duck the arrows. So it's quite slow, responsive. But once you get into, oh, I think I'm going to lose this fight. You get into a bit of a pattern of, oh, I need to duck. Oh, see what I mean? It's, oh, I've got, he died. He died. I didn't even realise. So we've got another baddie. Sort of going for a big head chop. Oh, and a bit of a leg chop. We at his head again. Oh, he's ducked that. Come on. Yeah, we'll try a little pan. Now, duck. Oh, he's very slow. Bit like me. Yeah. Oh, I'm doing a bit of stab into the mid area there. Oh, let's try a head swing again. Oh, he ducked. Oh, no, I ducked. So the little vase. Oh, I got him. You can pick up this vase. Oh, too slow. With a downward. Oh no, this is quite nice. I've got the vase. I quite liked the animation here. He just looked quite nice. I don't know whether he shields himself. So, come on. Give him a larrick with that sword around the head. Seems to be good progress. Come on. Oh, he's defended himself there. Oh, I'm going to duck. Oh, come on. Duck again. Oh, I think I ducked that arrow. Oh, come on. Come on. I'm going. Jump. Let's go for a few mid-wrist stabs. Yep. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm making progress. Come on. Yes! That's not too bad. Killed that dragon. Now, this guy, I think he's going to be a bit tough. Let's go for the head swing straight away. Come on. You know, it's actually quite a fun game. Oh, I managed to jump over the arrow. Come on, swing that. He was a bit slow there. Oh, I lost. But there you go. That is Fighting Warrior. It's quite good fun. Not the best game, I must admit. A bit slow, but it's sort of playable in its own way. And as I said, I did like the little dragon, his animation. So yeah, that's Fighting Warrior.
Fighting Warrior with me hacking and slashing, and yeah, it wasn't the best game. Poor man's Barbarian maybe, but you know what? One thing I took from that, I had a really good laugh. It was funny, it had me chuckling away, so I'll take that from that game. And on to the next one now. This is super quirky. Now again, this isn't the best game. It's got no sound at all, unfortunately, but it's classic Mastertronic in the way the idea is way out there. You'll see when we start playing. The game is called Psycho Hopper. Lovely artwork there, which you'll see a little bit better later on, but it's just I love these sort of games. They make no sense at all. They're completely bonkers. And the other thing is, I always show the loading screens, as people know on my videos, and the guy in the loading screen, he looks like John Bernthal. Now if you know that guy, he's the guy, he's one of the characters in The Walking Dead and also The Punisher. But when you see the loading screen later on, it might just be me, but I can't help but see that actor and that character. But there you go, let's take a look at Psycho Hopper. Right, this is Psycho Hopper. As I said, really quirky, classic Mastertronic game for me. Not a very good game. It's got no sound, no music or anything, not even any beeps anywhere, which is disappointing, but I love the quirkiness of it. You'll see it wouldn't let me use my Kempston for some reason, so we'll go on with the keyboard. So it's just nuts, this game. You're on a space hopper, they used to be called. Now I think the actual space hoppers, or these balloon hoppers, were big in the 70s. I was too young, I was really small obviously, but I think they were a fad in the 70s, these hoppers. And there's old John Bethnal. As I said, this guy, when he's in the loading screen, he looks like John Bethnal, the guy from The Walking Dead and The Punisher. Now obviously he would have been a small kid when this game was made, but he does look like him. But basically you have to sort of time your jumps. You've got a gas hopper as it is. I know there's no way through up there, I've been there before, but basically you've got a blunderbuss gun to shoot the baddies, and you have to pick up these spinny diamond
items. And there's 4 levels. You get all the diamond spinny things on each level to get to the next level. You'll see one in a minute. Oh, there's a baddie. Quite well animated. You can't shoot him, I don't think. So you go along. There's one. You need to pick it up. And apparently the story in this game in the instructions reminded me of Total Recall. It was apparently you paid for this sort of holiday to do this on some sort of universe near the edges of reality. Apparently it's a holiday you on this balloon. But yeah, it did make me laugh. So basically you sort of press up at the right time to get a bounce going, and I'm telling you, it gets really hard to control the bounce as the game gets more difficult. So you sort of come along and I'm trying to, so this is where you got to start getting your bounces right at the same time as shooting the bats and things. So I've obviously got to go back to the left, so you've got to sort of time your bounces. So you want a big bounce about there. Come on, get up there. Yeah, oh, you just made it. And you don't die instantly when you hit the baddies, but your sort of gas balloon thing is affected. And the little thing on the bottom right hand side, you see the red, green and yellow. That's your level of strength. Once that gets down to the bottom, you die. And here come the army of gnomes. This game. So there are. We've got another one of those. And there are. There's going to be plenty of these gnomes. Or John Bethnal himself. But yeah, I just love the quirkiness. Mastertronic are well known for having games that were just crazy, absolutely bonkers. Shame there was no sound, as I said, not even any beeps. But we'll live with that, make the most of it. Here come the bats again. Ooh, bit of a colour clash there. But the actual animation of the guy on his balloon is actually very, very good, I thought. So there we go, level 1 complete. Happy with that. It does get a lot more difficult. So here we go, on holiday, bouncing around on my balloon at the edges of reality, as explained in the instructions. So a lot more baddies now, and I'm hoping to get a nice bounce there. There we go. It's taken me a long time to get used to where to bounce. I need to be on the edge of that one. Oh, I missed it. You need to be up there. Come on. It's quite generous with where you land sometimes. If you just catch the edge of a platform, it'll let you... Oh, come on. This is where it gets really frustrating. Because if you just can't time it, that could be good. That'll do. See what I mean? It'll be quite generous with you and let you on. So there were spikes down the bottom there. Got a time limit, and here they come again, the army of gnomes. God. There's blimmin' hordes of them as well. So we're going to obviously go down and get that item. Good job you don't have to reload your blunderbuss like you would have done with a real one. No chance. Oh, here they come again, jumping down on me. Little sods. Oh no, come on, I just want to move along. They're blimmin' battering me now. Right, let's try not doing any bouncing at all. Now, come on, let's let them jump ahead. Get out of here. What? Oh, I got stuck here before. They're going to kill me. God. Right. 2 more lives. Let's get a nice bopping speed going. And I think we might have timed that okay. Oh, get up there. So yeah, nice high bounce there. Come on, you need to hit the edge of that. Yeah, nice. That was pretty good. Obviously, I want to avoid those spikes. Yeah, God, here they come again. Blimmin' gnomes. God, get out. So it did make me laugh. It does make me laugh. Games like this make me laugh. It's nice in a way, because if you think with a lot of this corporate stuff that goes on, if you went into a sort of office meeting saying you wanted to... Oh, it's me dead. You wanted to do a game where you were going to be going around on a space hopper You looked a bit like Elvis, and you're going to carry a blunderbuss. They'll probably tell you to get out and don't bring your game ideas back. But those days, and music was a bit the same, I suppose. If you wanted to go down that way, music was the same. 60s and 70s, people were doing all sorts of stuff, and some of it was brilliant. But now, I don't think some of these execs would be interested in such a quirky idea. But Last Life, but let's hope, I think we might have got that right, okay. We just bounced there, we got it. Oh yeah, let me have that, it's quite nice. We'll come along again, and here they come. Army of gnomes in this realms of reality, or wherever we are in the universe. I tell you what, he'd have sore thighs after all this jumping around. Now I need a good jump here. Oh God, it didn't let me out there. Oh God, that's it, game over. Yeah, but that is Psycho Hopper. I just think it's a funny game. It's not a great game, and it's not great that it doesn't have any sound, but yeah, I just like it.
Psycho Hopper, not the greatest of games really. No sound, as I said, but a bit disappointing. But yeah, just quirky. I love a bit of quirky. It's a sort of classic Mastertronic game, if you think about it in those terms. But yeah, as I said, not the best. Now on to the last one, which is another late release actually. Gemini Wing, 1989. Now, I didn't know anything about this game. It was an arcade release in Japan and also in America. Now, I don't know if anyone out there can let me know whether this was released in the arcade in the UK. I've got no idea. But yeah, it's got a main fault in this game. It's really quite nice in many ways, but you'll see what I mean when we look at the footage. So that's Gemini Wing. Let's have a look. Right, so Gemini Wing, it's a little bit messy, this one. If you remember that game Starfast I looked at a while ago, it suffers from the same problems, and it's hard to differentiate your own craft or your own plane from everything else that's going on the screen. We'll crack on so you can see the issue. At the very start, it's okay. But once you get going and there's a lot happening on the screen, it gets difficult to see what's going on. I've played it a few times, so I've started to get used to it a little bit. You get those power-ups, as you get with most shoot-em-ups. I've died already. And as soon as you get those power-ups, you may as well use them, because you don't last long. Well, I don't last long. But as you can see, it just starts to get a bit difficult to see what is going on. These rockets can be tricky because they go across the bottom of the screen, left to right, which can be tough. And I think this might be lava coming out. They're very accurate as well, from sort of craters on the surface. Oh, I just missed me. But we're doing alright actually. But yeah, the game plays quite smoothly, which is nice. It's a bit yellow intense, but as you can see here, it just gets a bit of a difficult, to see what is going on. I lost it there completely. But we're getting a load of power up, so we may as well try and use them. Oh, that got so messy there. It really did. But it's such a shame really, because other than that, it plays very smoothly. Oh, those things are fast. And every now and then I get my eye in, and I feel as if I can see what's going on. God, I thought I died then, but it just got a bit blotchy on screen. Oh, no, I did die then. But I don't know where I am now. I've totally lost where I was there. But we're still alive. Oh, I died there. Oh. But there you go, that's all we'll show. We'll show one game, because it's such a shame really, because it just gets a bit messy really, as I say, in visually seeing your own plane. Yeah, but that's Gemini Wing. Gemini Wing, yeah, disappointing, wasn't it, that you couldn't see a plane very well when it got a little bit sort of messy when the action started to pick up. But yeah, did take the edge of it actually. But otherwise it looked quite good, you know, it played well, reminded me of Starfast a little bit in the way it looked with the colours, etc. But yeah, those were my 5 games this week, my 5 Mastertronic games. Always throw in a comment if any of them sort of brought up any memories for you, nostalgia. I'm big into nostalgia. That's sort of a lot of the reason why I do my channel. I love hearing the stories, the games you may have played back in the day, and also if you have a recommendation, a bit like Rockman there, if it wasn't brought up in a comment, I probably would have known about it. And I love that game. That is a game I will certainly be playing again. So that's it for today. We're obviously going to go on to the music now. As I said, there'll be the artwork from the games, and that's it. As I said, hope you liked the video. We'll have another video coming up. I'm thinking of looking at,
you know, some of the games are Mastertronic games, and then it became Virgin Mastertronic, obviously, or the other way around. I think, no, Virgin Mastertronic. And see how some of those games sort of came through, you know, and sort of went on to the sort of slightly newer consoles. And I maybe try and find out about that, because it's quite interesting to see how some of these old games sort of progress. But anyway, just a thought. So take care, look after yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.